What's up, guys? Welcome to another video and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest, and he is a Volvo Master Tech. So without further ado, this is Rich Forsythe, and you may know him from another video we've done with his car. I'm not sure when these videos are exactly coming out in the cadence, but Rich is from Volvo West Houston, and he is from Texas, and he is about to drive our Sleeper Volvo V70R, which is now tuned to about 400, maybe a little more horsepower at the crank. And yeah, we are going to head out onto a little bit of, not really the tail of the dragon, but we're going to basically do a lot of the back roads around here in Fontana. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's grip it and rip it. Are you excited to drive this car now that it's been tuned and kind of like hopped up a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever driven a tuned out V70R before?
Oh yeah, we've built a few S60s and V70s a while ago.
Awesome.
Actually, one of the first cars that I built was an S60R. Did a few things to that thing. Nothing like this. I only know Ben from Rolling Motors from the internet, but I've talked to him quite a few times, and he definitely knows his stuff. So.
Yeah, and he's had to say hello to you, by the way. So Ben, I've passed on the message you gave me.
Yeah. Ben's one of the only guys I would allow to work on my car. So.
Well, I mean, if that's not an endorsement for Rolling Motors, I don't really know what is. Yeah. Let's head out onto the roads. Let's roll the window up, and let's see what this thing has got in the hands of a true Volvo guru.
Driven stick before, so we'll see how this goes.
I find that hard to believe. I find you not driving stick is a real big lie.
Maybe.
So right now we're getting into the sweepers, and this is where I really kind of want to hear Rich's thoughts as to what he thinks or how the car's set up, and just as you're driving, I kind of tell me what's going through your mind.
So being the first time I drove this car, I'm taking it easy on the downhill. Trying to get the feel of the chassis, feel the brakes a little bit, and determine which gear I want to be in for a lot of this stuff. So it seems like second gear is going to be as all of Gregson's stuff bounces around in the back.
Yeah, don't pay attention to the stuff in the back. There's camera gear and jacks back there. So. And
we'll slowly get a little bit faster as we go. That whistle, I assume that's your intake?
Yeah, intake and turbo spool noise.
Okay, a little bit of grinding.
Yes.
When I first hit them, I did feel the turbo kick in right at the end of there.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely smooth. The BCs are pretty smooth in this.
Yeah, the BCs are good. Whew. It's super weird being a passenger, having someone thrash your car, I gotta be honest with you.
No, we're not even going yet.
What impressed me the most about this car is the way it kind of builds speed and how crazy it kind of just goes. It from what it was to what it is now, it's just mind-blowing how much has kind of been brought out of the car.
Yeah. With
the tune, with the intercooler, with the injectors, and and the new turbo, just everything. It's nuts.
Yeah, Steve obviously did this tune.
Yes.
So you can tell it's really smooth. The power comes in nicely. It's not crazy power down low. It seems like once you hit about 3,500, it really kind of kicks in.
Yes. And the worst turning circle of any car of all time.
Probably go on the grass here a little bit.
Yeah. No, we actually made it. Shocking.
RPMs do carry quite a bit of when you in between shifts, a little more than the C30s do.
Yeah, the way it does it is it gets that overhang on the shifts, and we actually changed the clutch position sensor to help that a little bit, but it still isn't that great. And I think that's just the way the R's are.
Yeah, you have to plan a little bit early.
Yeah.
Like RPM, like staying in the RPM range?
It does, yeah. So It doesn't like that scraping.
It does not like scraping.
No. So what Ben told me is like you can take it all the way up to 7,200 RPM and it just takes it.
Yeah, I'm shifting a little early, maybe about 6 or so. It feels like.
Yeah, I think
Obviously
6
not
is.
looking down.
Yeah, and it pulls all the way to 7,200, which is great. But I found in the tune there's no plateau.
Right.
It just keeps pulling. But there's that tiniest bit of drop off as it starts to hit 7, just because it's a turbo car and getting up that high.
Sure.
Without a bigger turbo, it's gonna keep, it's gonna fall off a little bit. But
What clutch is in this car?
just a stock clutch, stock trans.
Okay. Feels a little grabby, which is nice.
Yeah, I believe what's the stock on these? The single mass or the dual mass?
They're probably duals.
Yeah.
Little ABS in that one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sorry,
This is more fun for me.
Taking it easy because of the rub.
Yeah. Yeah. The left turns or the right turns are pretty gnarly. The right turns actually or the other direction, the left turns are actually a little better. There's less rub on the right than there is on the left.
It's smooth though. It's easy to drive.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really smooth. And it's fun too, which is part of the whole reason for the car is to beat the M3, so it's got to be fun.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. To be quite honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the R's just because of how finicky they are and how much harder they are to maintain.
Yeah.
Modify and maintain versus the P1 platform. I'm more of a fan of that platform just because of that reason.
Yeah.
But to start off with the 300 horsepower all-wheel drive car, you can hardly beat that.
Right.
So to modify from there, it takes a lot less to get to the point where the car is fun.
Yeah, and it is one of those cheaper performance sedans that you can kind of buy.
Right.
I mean, you can pick up an R these days for almost next to nothing. I mean, they based around what, 38 grand here in the US, and I think the top of the range was like $47,000 if you really kind of put all the stuff into it. And now they're going for between $4,000 and $10,000 depending on what level they are and what you're looking at mod wise and
them really is
right.
the biggest thing. Some people just they feel like the car is not worth a lot of money. A lot of people know the car and know the potential. So
yeah.
I hope that the prices of these things do climb. It helps the community a lot more just because you can justify modding it to this point. When they are worth a lot more money.
Right, and I think that's an interesting point as we go onto another straightaway to rip it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I definitely want Gregson to fix his AC.
Yeah, so yeah, that's an important note to make for these cars. My AC basically just kind of craps out at random. The whole drive here, 660 miles, flawless. And then as soon as we hit traffic, it just broke up. Like, I don't know if you can see, but like I am like glistening with just flop sweat. I'm sure you're doing the same thing. It's so hot in here. It's 90 degrees outside, and it's blowing cold air, which is not cold air at all. Sounds like a video game. So that will pretty much do it for this video. Rich has thoroughly scared me in my own car, and I think you can tell that there's a difference between someone that knows what the hell they're doing in one of these cars and someone that doesn't. I mean, I like to think of myself as a good driver, but not on the same level, especially on these roads, which I'm unfamiliar with, but Rich has been coming here for 10 years, so he knows what's going on, and they're just, I mean, even just a light cruise is still about my 10/10ths on these roads for you. So, with that being said, final thoughts on the car as you kind of gun it one more time.
Yeah, I mean, the handling on this thing's phenomenal. The power is linear, and it's a fun car to drive. It definitely is going to give those other cars a run for their money.
That was my next question. Do you think we can we can hang with an E46 M3 and a 94 rebuilt Supra at this point.
Yeah, I do believe you will, especially on these curves, man. Getting out on these curves like this, the hull decks really shines. It shows that you guys did service it. Well, we're going really slow.
Yeah. We're literally going 15 miles an hour right now.
So, which is expected out here sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but straight away, you know, with the power coming in that late, it depends on, you know, not really that late, I should say, but higher up in the RPM range or mid-range. You know, it depends on how those cars are tuned.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to be right there. So I'm interested to see how they fare.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put it up against them in the 0 to 60 drag. We'll do an autocross. Maybe we can even do a track day with them. So
very good.
I'm excited to see the potential for sure. And I think this video proves that, you know, it's gonna be who has the biggest balls on
sure.
track. And
yeah, 400 horsepower is nothing to play around with.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean,
sure it'll be fun.
To put it in perspective, that's as much as a Pontiac GTO of the same generation of car putting out,
right.
And those things are no joke either.
Right.
So I mean, you're talking some serious power in this thing. So that will do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out Rich and Volvo Cars West Houston, you can check them out on YouTube at MooseTech Garage. You and your buddy Kevin, who also works at Volvo Cars West Houston.
Yep.
They make videos for you guys as well. You know, we on Shifting Lanes do a little bit of tweaking, but theirs is a lot of wrenching and really getting into the nitty gritty of what to do and fix stuff, and more being beneficial to the community as opposed to like vlogging. So if you want to look at really cool cars being worked on from Volvo, go check out MooseTech Garage on YouTube and give them a subscribe and a follow and a like and a bell and all the good stuff.
All the YouTube things.
And their link will also be in the description below if you want to go there, but if you want to just search them on YouTube, it's MooseTech Garage. And you can follow Rich at MooseTech1
Correct.
on Instagram. MooseTech1 on Instagram, it'll be below. Also in the link in the description. If you want to follow us, it is at Shifting Lanes, anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, what have you. And that will pretty much do it. Thank you so much for driving the car.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for letting me drive.
Yeah, no problem. And showing me actually how to drive this thing. So next steps in this car, definitely got to upgrade the suspension a little bit, raise it a bit, get some sway bars in here, maybe even replace with KWs. We're not sure yet. I'm still kind of figuring that out. And then that'll do it. And I think we are in a really good spot to take care of business on a lot of these other cars. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Gregson, that's Rich, and I will catch you next time. See ya!